Tips for those applying for and using Access to Work. What is Access to Work? Access to Work is a publicly funded employment support programme that aims to help more disabled people start work, stay in work, or support you if you are self-employed. Access to Work can provide practical support and grants for people who have a disability, long-term physical or mental health condition. Access to Work support can provide help or adaptations in the workplace. The Access to Work application process. Don't be put off by the application process and online forms. You can ask someone to help you with this. It is the person with the condition, not the employer, who is applying for support. Good communication between employee and employer will make the application process much easier. Work out what reasonable adjustments can be made and what help is needed. Employers will usually speak to Access to Work advisors to confirm the applicant's employment details and what adjustments have been made. Employers should have enough knowledge of Access to Work to support their employees' application. When applying for a job, you can have a letter from Access to Work which explains the Access to Work scheme to employers. If an Access to Work application is started within 6 weeks of a new job, Access to Work will cover the full cost of adaptive equipment. After this time, the employer may have to pay part of the costs. Before applying, points to consider. Be honest about what you're struggling with in the workplace. Consider all physical and long-term conditions and how they affect you. Consider what is working and what is not working. What tasks do you need support with? What tasks can you manage without support? Consider support for colleagues within the application. For example, disability awareness training or autism training for new members of staff, which will help them settle into the workplace. Types of support available. Mental health support. Mental health support can be provided directly and does not require a full application, only a phone call directly to the provider. Workplace assessment. Workplace assessments can be completed at home, especially if you are self-employed. This can include equipment, chair, desk, etc. Job retention. Tell people about Access to Work as support may be available to them. Don't be put off applying if you are struggling. Often people leave a job because they don't know support is available. Support can make all the difference. How much will the employer have to pay? How much contribution the employer will need to pay depends on the number of employees they have. For an employer with up to 50 employees, there is nil contribution. Above 50, the contributions increase. Above 250, the contributions will increase. Any balance over £10,000 will usually be covered by Access to Work in full. Putting support in place. If employers are looking at employing a support worker, think carefully about who would be a good fit. Would they work well together? The employee receiving Access to Work support should be involved in the recruitment process of support workers. When receiving Access to Work support, if there are changes in your condition and support needs, contact Access to Work as soon as possible. This can help reduce stress and help manage changes better. The amount of support received can also be reduced if conditions improve. It takes confidence to work with a support worker, especially in the beginning. You must be able to guide and direct your support worker. They are there to support you to do your job, not to do your job for you. Access to Work paperwork and invoices should be completed and submitted each month. This can be done as part of your support.